Save $1.10 on Purdue fresh chicken leg quarters, only $1.79 per pound. For a great snack, red and black plums, just $2.99 a pound, saving $2. 4 rolls Charmin Ultra Soft or Strong Toilet Tissue, just $5.25. Hot price on select varieties of Kraft shredded cheese, only $3.59 for an 8-ounce bag. Save $2.56 on Halo Top ice cream, only $6.49 for a 1-pint tub. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Thursday, the 12th of July. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. There's new developments in the battle over the future of Shelly Bay Beach. Tourism Minister Jamal Simmons says he's in favor of the BTA's plans to introduce commercial activities there. That's been strongly opposed by many residents, but the minister says he's confident agreement between the two sides can still be reached. He spoke to our Trot.
For Jamal Simmons, the Minister of Tourism and Economic Development, who supports the BTA proposals for Shelly Bay Beach, the debate is not about commercialization, but honoring an election pledge to enhance the island's beach product.
And even going back to the 2011 National Tourism Plan, we talked about enhancing the product at the beach. I think that's the BTA as well as the area MPs have been involved in a consultative process since earlier this year, and that consultative process is still continuing. I think that what we would like to see is some opportunities for entrepreneurs there that enhances rather than takes away what we already have.
A group of nearby residents which opposes the tourism plans, which could see a concession stand for food and drinks along with an activities coordinator, sees the plan as unnecessary commercialization. However, Mr. Simmons, while stressing the need for a balance and a process of consultation, believes there is a wider issue that must be addressed.
And I think that what we look at as we became the government, there are many Bermudian, particularly black entrepreneurs, who have been denied opportunities in this country. And we were trying to find new and creative ways for them to have an opportunity to participate in the economy that they've been denied in the past. But we do believe in balance. And I think that part of the reason why I engaged the area MPs earlier this year and got them together with the BTA is because from the start, we wanted something that the community would embrace, not be driven out of the beach and things of that nature. So the consultative process continues. It is our intention to listen. It is our intention to take on board the constructive agenda in terms of what people put forward. And my hope is that we can come to an amicable outcome.
The minister concedes change in Bermuda often comes with its challenges.
The reality is this, and this is the nature of Bermuda. We are the island of no. If I was going to put it on the moon, somebody would complain about it being there. And I don't want to disparage anybody, but we have to find a way to come to amicable agreement. And I think that the people have raised concerns. I think that we are definitely taking them under advisement, particularly because when you have one of our own MPs involved and engaged in the process, we want to make sure that he is able to represent his constituency effectively. So it's a partnership, and we're going to get there.
Elsewhere, Mr. Simmons acknowledges traditional complaints from visitors to the island that there is a lack of things to do here.
I think that Bermuda, we have to work on our product development, and whether it's the beaches, whether it's our nightlife, whether it's the range of options that Bermuda has for years, either not taken advantage of or not explored, we have to be prepared to have the discussion. And I think that when you travel, the people that we are trying to travel, the broader based people we're trying to travel, have options.
Going forward, it's the minister's plan to ensure concerned residents are consulted, and he is hopeful that both sides can reach common ground. Tarai Trott reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
A photo circulating on social media of what appears to be 3 dead Galapagos sharks is causing outrage among conservationists. The picture was taken at Warwick Long Bay on South Shore. Online comments range from general concern at the apparent overfishing of Bermuda's waters to relief that these sharks no longer pose a threat to people. Marine conservationists from the Ocean Vet TV program called the picture disappointing, adding that they sometimes only see 3 of the species in a season of tagging. They estimate the deceased sharks to be around 4 or 5 years old. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, this species is listed as near threatened. Galapagos sharks are known to behave aggressively towards humans, though there haven't been any reported shark attacks in Bermuda in recent times. We'll have more for you after this short break, including why the police will be spending more time on the water this summer. Plus, all the latest weather news. Stay with us.
You can count on us.
Save more than half price on seedless red grapes, only $2.99 per pound. Certified Angus beef, top sirloin steak, just $8.99 per pound. Select varieties of Purex 2X laundry detergent, only $4.99 for a 50-ounce bottle. Select varieties of Arizona drinks, just $7.99 for a 12-pack. Nestle's Cheerio cereal, only $4.99 for a 397-gram box. All stores are open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
I didn't order this one. This is the wrong item.
What? These are the wrong size.
I wanted white pants for the white party.
These are way too big. Oh my gosh, this is not what I ordered.
Finally in Bermuda, announcing Mailboxes Unlimited's Internet Return Hub. Now for an 85% savings, no matter how you brought your items into Bermuda, you can return your items back to the U.S. easily. Mailboxes Unlimited's Internet Return Hub. Stop by today.
From happy beginnings and life choices that we make along the way,
Colonial protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
health insurance with far-reaching benefits,
Family protection and long-term financial plans.
business insurance and generous employee benefits.
For happy beginnings to happy ever after, visit CGIGroup.com.
Colonial, where people come first.
Welcome back. It's not often the phrases insurance industry and rock and roll are used in the same sentence. But at the 25th anniversary of the Association of Bermuda Insurers and Reinsurers earlier this week, industry legends like Michael Butt, Brian O'Hara, and Stephen Catlin were likened to the Rolling Stones for their game-changing approach to insurance. The group shared stories and lessons learned from the early days of the industry. ABAIR Chair-elect Albert Benchimol shared with Tony Waterman what he thinks the secret to their success has been.
And many times the reason we succeeded is because a lot of other jurisdictions, a lot of other places were flat-footed. And I think that we have to recognize that the thing that works for Bermuda is our speed, our ability to work together and to turn around and respond quickly to a crisis or to an opportunity. And we've done that many times, whether it was with captives or it was post-Hurricane Andrew with earthquakes, post-2001, dealing with ILS and third-party capital. Bermuda was always almost first out of the blocks and took a lead in doing so. And countries and jurisdictions that were slow to respond had to catch up. And it's very, very difficult to catch up when you're in second place. So the thing that worked for us is we need to continue to put in the energy and the willingness to move quickly so that we can be first out of the blocks.
How does blockchain technology fit into that?
I think blockchain technology is a very exciting new kind of, quote, insurtech. In particular, the value that we see in insurtech is the ability to make sure that everybody has the same information at the same time. So every insurer does their own analysis of risk, but it's really on the basis of the data that comes to us. Also in risk, especially when you're negotiating treaties, for example, you may have different versions. Mm-hmm. So it's always important to make sure that we have the most recent version of the truth. Blockchain ensures that everybody always has the same version of the truth. And if you can have that and you can have contract certainty, you can significantly accelerate the speed of payments once an event has been, or a claim is made.
Talk a little bit about what has worked. What do you think has worked in the past, but you don't envision working going forward?
That's a fair question. I think the one thing that may be different is that in the past, one of the factors or issues that Bermuda resolved was bringing capital to the market quickly. There was a capital crisis. We brought capital. I'm not sure that in the near term we can depend on that being a driver of opportunity. There is a surfeit of capital in the world today. So the question isn't just bringing capital to market, it's finding new ways of responding to opportunities and finding ways of leveraging that capital in new and creative ways. And I think Bermuda is actually ahead of many when it comes to leveraging third-party capital to make sure that we can be the nexus where risk meets capital and where we provide very strong risk servicing, underwriting claims, and also manage that capital. So we're learning, if you would, to take advantage of this new paradigm which is not a paradigm of inadequate and insufficient capital. It's actually a paradigm of having a lot of capital. The limiting factor today is intellectual capital. And that's something that we need to continue to invest in Bermuda, because that will differentiate Bermuda in the future.
Police say they will be on high alert out on the water this summer. That's due to an increasing number of reports alleging antisocial behavior in the popular raft-up area, Paradise Lakes. There have also been reports of dangerous watercraft use in the Great Sound. The police say their marine unit will provide a highly visible presence, especially during the weekends, to deter any dangerous behavior. The increased police presence is expected to be enforced for the rest of the summer months. Weather now, and a hot, humid day today. Does that mean rain is on the way? Here's our AccuWeather forecast.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This AccuWeather forecast here on ZBM is brought to us by our friends at the BF&M Insurance Group, and we're keeping an eye on a few different things in the Atlantic right now. To the north, at the very beginning of this loop, the very beginning, you can see now post-tropical cyclone Chris. Here it is, and there it goes. It's now brushing the Canadian Maritimes in parts of Newfoundland and now pulling even east to that location. It is no longer a tropical system. Winds of 70 miles per hour. They had a buoy pick up a gust of 71 miles per hour earlier today. Sustained winds of 58 miles per hour at that buoy. Our main concern actually is tied to this cluster of thunderstorms, which is the leftover moisture from former Hurricane Beryl, and we're calling it Tropical Rainstorm Beryl. It's not a true tropical system right now. It doesn't have a cohesive circulation, but it is producing some extra showers and thunderstorms to our southwest. You can see the visible satellite loop showing some of the action out there throughout the course of the day, and we're going to be dealing with some peripheral impacts tied to that. It'll pass to our west. It may or may not reorganize, but it will bring some extra moisture to our area after it kind of deposits this ribbon of moisture over our heads into the beginning of the weekend. Right now, 82 degrees, humidity fairly high, 75 to 80%. Pretty good little breeze from the southwest at around 10, 12, up to 15 knots at times. And water temp is still holding at 82 degrees. On the inside, it's a lot calmer, 1 to 2 foot waves. On the outside, yesterday we talked about 5 to 9 foot waves. We're back down to 3 to 5 foot waves for now. Now, the wind is going to pick up a little bit offshore, and the waves will become a bit more agitated as we get into the weekend because of the leftover disturbance tied to former Beryl passing to our west. So because of that, a small craft warning is in effect from Friday afternoon through Saturday evening. High tide, by the way, this evening, 8:55. The tide goes out, comes back in at 9:18 on Friday morning. But again, boating weather, not the best, late Friday into Saturday. Tonight we'll go breezy, partly cloudy, mainly dry out there, 76, kind of a warm night once again. Tomorrow we're on track for 83 with a mix of sunshine and clouds, and the breeze will remain active. And we'll be then turning our attention to this disturbance. Again, former Hurricane Beryl. It's a shell of its former self, but there is some pretty good convection tied to that. A lot of it's on the eastern side of where there could be something called the center of the storm. It's really not that organized, but we're going to keep an eye on this by 7 p.m. and onward overnight tonight. This will begin to pass to our west. Any circulation is going to stay well removed from us, but you can see there is some shower and thunderstorm action just east and south of that location, and that's what we're going to be dealing with as we get into Friday night and Saturday. So Toronto, New York, and Boston all in pretty good warm shape, very warm in Toronto. Atlanta, toasty with scattered storms into the southeastern United States, and in London, a little stormy, 78 degrees. Only official storm on the map is post-tropical cyclone Chris, and the National Hurricane Center of the United States has issued its final advisory for that storm, as it is no longer a tropical system. Into the weekend, moisture loosely tied to former Hurricane Beryl will produce showers and storms Saturday and Sunday, rougher boating weather as well. Then we'll see some improvements into Monday and Tuesday. Back to you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
It's hurricane season. Here are some tips from BF&M. Before a storm, make sure you have a family plan. Stock up on food and water and protect your home. Board up and make sure your insurance policies are up to date. After a storm, check everyone's safety, especially seniors. Inspect your property and secure from further damage. Then note the damages, list, and take photos. Remember, you can always count on BF&M 24/7 during hurricane season and all year round.
Every home tells a story. and your story is all yours. Wherever you live, whatever your style, express yourself with Beach Saving Zone. So many unique styles to help tell your story and create your dream home. From contemporary to classic and from modern to mind-blowing, we've always got your style in mind. No matter the project, no matter the size, from restoration to renovation, Beach Saving Zone has your style with a huge selection and incredible savings. Visit our showrooms at Wallers Point Road, St. David's, or online at beachsavingjone.com.
The second half of June and the first half of July, we are going to be very busy in the store, and I expect you all to be in your station while you are on duty.
But Uncle George, being that this meeting is up early, can we watch the World Cup in the big screen?
What World Cup?
There's a myriad of snacks out there, something special for everyone on match day, and you're likely to find them at Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
It's a display encompassing family life, religion, work, music, and much more. A new exhibition at the Bermuda Society of Arts is a solo show, showcasing the paintings and sketches of Vernon Clark. The former prison officer's work is far from conventional, with a strong strain of the surreal and the spiritual. Hal Davis talked to him about his inspirations and themes.
All of me, why not take all of me?
It might be the most unusual painting exhibition held at the Bermuda Society of the Arts so far this year. Images of Vernon Clark's 22 years as a prison warden are among the key works here, a time he seems to have enjoyed.
I found the work exciting. It was never boring for me. I never sort of dragging myself into work. I went to work especially when I was in the engineering shop, because it was a rusty old place. There was always something falling apart, and I could fix it. They call me Mr. Fix-It.
And the paintings themselves are unconventional, this one complete with real uniform buttons, badges and newsprint collages.
I was trying to release something within me. It wasn't anything haunting. It had been a great experience for me. I made some fantastic friends. Some of them are right there. Some of them are gone. Some of us are still here.
There's also a strong emphasis on the spiritual, with some help from an old master.
This is from Caravaggio's great painting, The Supper at Emmaus. With his, the Christ is at the center, but I wanted to put him off to the side in order to create this eruption of light. The light of his word is going out into the world to enlighten us.
Artist and musician Ron Lightbourne, who died last month, was one of the models, with Clark casting himself as Doubting Thomas. Also present is a key motif for the painter, a butterfly. They're common throughout his work, a symbol with religious significance.
She comes and she lays her eggs, and the egg sort of opens and you get this lovely little caterpillar, and then you have this metamorphosis that similar to what the Christ went through, the burial, and then the opening of the chrysalis and the ascension into the heavens. He flies up and Christ rises.
And symbolism plays a major role in Clark's work. These 3 lilies stand for 3 years spent away from Bermuda. The blue on this sofa for the sea, with the orange for the island's coral reefs. In contrast, this sketch is a simple illustration of another significant theme, family life. It shows Clark and his grandson, with a photograph used as the basis of the image.
I started exaggerating it, you know, open his mouth a little bit more. And the smile, I put my smile lines in a bit heavier. I wanted to show the joy, the utter sheer joy, you know, first grandson, you know, prince of the house.
So, a show with a startlingly wide variety of themes and often looking at aspects of Bermuda rarely seen on gallery walls. A refreshing, challenging exhibition that will run at City Hall until July the 24th. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
It's fabulous work. Well, lots of Bermudians take multivitamins in an attempt to stay healthy, but new research from the American Heart Association has found that they do nothing to prevent heart attacks, strokes, or cardiovascular death. Kenneth Craig of CBS reports.
1 in 3 Americans take multivitamins and minerals, spending an estimated $21 billion on supplements every year. But a new analysis suggests when it comes to heart health, multivitamins and minerals are not worth it. Research published in an American Heart Association journal looked at 18 previous studies on multivitamins that tracked more than 2 million people for an average of 12 years. They found multivitamins do not prevent heart attacks, strokes, or cardiovascular death.
Americans taking these supplements, presumably because they're concerned about their health, would be better served by spending their money on good nutrition in the form of a healthy diet.
Researchers say the best multivitamins and minerals come from the produce aisle. Fruits and vegetables already have a proven track record of lowering the risk of heart disease and stroke. Supplements are also not FDA approved for safety or effectiveness.
People shouldn't be under the misconception that just because you can get these over the counter that they're safe. Each year, it's estimated that 23,000 individuals are seen in emergency departments across the country due to adverse effects from different supplements.
But the Council on Responsible Nutrition, a supplement trade group, says multivitamins fill nutrient gaps in our less than perfect diets and are not intended to serve as magic bullets. The group points out multivitamins help low-income Americans combat insufficient nutrient levels for less than a dime a day. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Still to come, Earl Baisden will have all the latest sports news. That's in just a few minutes.
Hey Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace food court.
You know what? That sounds good.
They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up. Avoid the good carbons.
And don't forget the special dishes from the islands.
It doesn't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
Welcome to Bermuda Motors. We're proud to be celebrating over 50 years of being the island's leader in automotive sales.
While we are known for selling some of Bermuda's premium auto brands, we are your single source for all your vehicle needs. From cars to bikes to commercial vehicles, we have it all at Bermuda Motors.
Bermuda Motors is your single source for your automotive needs. To find out more, visit bermudamotors.bm or call us at 292-0893.
Sport now, and a young Bermuda tennis player, Daniel Phillips, has claimed 3 titles in the Caribbean thus far. Matthew Oliveira moved up on the leaderboard in the Junior Tour of Ireland cycle race, and the countdown to the Cup Match Classic is underway. Earl Baisden has the details of these stories and much more in tonight's Sports Report.
Daniel Phillips has made it 3 wins in a row as he claimed the Kotex Under-14 boys title in Jamaica. This after claiming the title in Aruba and the Junkanoo Borough in the Bahamas. Phillips took on Jamaica's Under-14 number 1 seed, Keandre Clark, in the final and defeated him in straight sets, 6-love, 6-1. Bermuda's junior national cycling champion Matthew Oliveira continued competing in the Junior Tour of Ireland. Oliveira started the day in 6th place overall after the time trial first stage, and the second stage saw him compete in a road race which was 95 kilometers in length. Oliveira would cross the line 31st overall with a time of 2 hours, 15 minutes and 40 seconds, with the same time as the top 60 finishers. The time moved him up to 5th overall with an overall time of 2 hours, 23 minutes and 56 seconds. Forget the World Cup. Bermuda, it's cup match time. For the 12th year in a row, HSBC will be the lead sponsor of the event. CEO of HSBC, Mark Watkinson, kicked off the countdown to Bermuda's biggest event every year, flanked by the two club presidents.
So, welcome everybody. HSBC is extremely pleased. This is the 12th year that we have been lead sponsor for the cup match. This to us is one of our most exciting community events. It's just the magic and the participation that takes place that we love. And I hope our customers and the broader public love as well.
Vashon Blanchette, the president of the Somerset Cricket Club, says things are shaping up in the West End.
It's still a lot to be done, but that said, we are on target. The scaffolding is well under motion. The electricians are doing their part, the plumbers are doing their part. To answer your question, Earl, there's loads of moving parts, but we are prepared and certain that we'll be ready for the first bowl to be built on Thursday, 2nd of August at 6 Cricket Lane.
Neil Painter, the president of St. George's Cricket Club, gave a slight indication of what the challenges will look like this year.
But I'm very confident on our team. We will have a probably young team. I'm sure we'll probably have some changes made, but I think it's a team that's going to challenge Somerset and also be a team for the future.
The longest-running World Triathlon Series event returns to the calendar once more this weekend as elite triathletes head to Germany for the Hamburg-Weser World Triathlon. Ready for another big performance is two-time world champion Flora Duffy, returning to competition after a foot injury kept her out of racing in Leeds. Duffy, who has won 2 races this season but did not finish in Abu Dhabi, needs precious points to keep herself at the top of the rankings until the end of the season. And after a victory in Germany last year, it is a course she knows well. 12 Bermuda Harness Pony Racing junior drivers will have the opportunity of a lifetime when they travel to the Meadowlands for stake racing. Charles Whitehead Jr., the president of the club, explains what the highlight for these juniors will be traveling.
The highlight, I think, is going to be the Meadowlands Pace, which in the standardbred, the harness racing world, is probably equivalent to that of the Kentucky Derby in the thoroughbred world. They race for just over $700,000, which is quite a significant payday. We're not quite there yet, but that's going to be an amazing. We reached out to some of the directors out there, and they have accepted us with open arms. They're going to host us that night, all of the juniors. They have put us onto the roof terrace, which is a very, very well-known VIP area and dedicated our own area. We're going to have a full catered buffet dinner. That in itself is going to be an experience of a lifetime. They have also given us one of the stakes races. The night is, I think, 13 or 14 stakes races. Every race is a big money payout stakes race. They have dedicated one of those stakes races to the Driving Horse and Pony Club of Bermuda, and we are all going to go down into the winner's circle, and we are actually going to present a trophy for that race.
Recently, the Bermuda Under-21 national netball team was announced for the USA Netball Under-21 International Development Series to be held in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Team captain Amali Smith explained how her time in college will help her guide her teammates through this challenging adventure.
I believe that my experience in college is going to help me to guide these young ladies, because being out there, I have grown a lot myself, and so what I've learned out there, I'll bring back to help them.
Vice Captain DeBray Evans stressed the importance of team.
Because you're only as strong as your weakest link, so if we don't push each other, then we'll only fail if we just allow someone to just slag behind. So we have to make sure everyone's on the same level so that we can all compete and do the best that we can.
The Wednesday night sailing series continued on the waters of the Hamilton Harbor with 25 boats going to the start line for race day 11. Smokin was the first boat to cross the line, clocking a time of 1 hour, 8 minutes and 53 seconds, and with the corrected time of 1:03:41, saw them finish first on the night. Honey Badger crossed the line second on the night with a time of 1:10:20, with the corrected time of 1:05:01, saw them finish second on the night. Air Force was third on the night with a corrected time of 1:06:05, this after crossing the line in a time of 1:10:29. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
And that's all from us for the moment. I'm Jasmine Patterson and hope to see you again soon. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.